On to the third on the programme. This is the first leg of the six-up as well. Race number 3, 1,200 metres, Class 5 we get down to here, headed by Majestic Endeavour, who has run up in this class behind Nice Kick on the turf last time out. Star Superior drops back in class. He's 1 from 1 in the grade. Fame and Fortune, Class 5 for the first time. Adonis beaten favourite last time out when behind Laugh Out Loud. He's placed on the surface in the past. Hidden Spirits behind Corey Rapido on his last 2 starts. The Happy Bunch run up again behind Corey Rapido last time out. Sure Supreme gets the blinkers back on. Ben So will jump from barrier 7, taking the £2 off. Jimson the Famous, Hidden Spirit, the Happy Bunch, Investor Boom and Sure Supreme have all been up a chunk far, Brett.
They have. The Happy Bunch has been well tried in a number of his recent starts, and last start he put in his best effort with the second. He'll be forward from the low barrier, striking Mr Seal roll forward. We know he's had abnormal breathing issues. The query runner in the race has got to be the 8, Jimson the Famous. Been running over a longer trip, he comes back in distance, £10 claimer on. I'd be very surprised if they're not trying to get outside the lead.
The first one here is Adonis. You can see him go nice. He's a 15-start maiden still here in Hong Kong, but he has been placed, one of his placings have been on the surface, and Ben So aboard. And he generally trials well on it and he gallops well on it, so there's no reason why he can't race well on it. Exponents, I'm showing him, he's dropped 45 pounds this horse, so he's dropped a lot of weight coming into it. We haven't seen him for a little while. He's had issues as well, so we'll be interested to see how he goes. I'll be interested in Jenny's report, actually, with all that weight loss. And here is the Happy Bunch up at Chung Fa. He moves nicely, and as Brett said, he's sort of found a bit of form now, this horse. His last couple of runs haven't been too bad. He ran second. He's put on 32 pounds. He's done the opposite, so, but he looks quite good for it, I think. All right, we'll have a look at a Happy Bunch in a moment. We'll start off, though, with Majestic Endeavour, as he dropped back into class in this occasion, into Class 5. But although he was favourite, Nice Kick was too good. He was, and this was 1,400 metres, so he's back to 1,200 metres. 1,400 metres at Sha Tin's been the distance and course that he's won at. I thought he was one pace final stages here. Draw well, top weight. The overall record in the class is good, but I'm not sure about the track and the surface. He's had 3 starts on the track and he's done nothing on it, and he's entered for the Saturday as well. He is. To back up, so I've left him out. I'll wait and see what happens in this race. All right, what about the Happy Bunch then? We touched on that run when he finished second, along with Hidden Spirits involved as well. He's a little bit further back in 5th, behind Corey Rapido. Another horse that's always showing a little bit, this horse, at Happy Valley in his early starts, his trials have been good. Yeah, I've tipped him quite a few times, this horse, and he's just starting to come right. He's a little bit like Corey Rapido in that sort of degree. He's just taken, it's taken a while to get it all together. He's got barrier 2, so I found a spot for him. It was hard to make ground there, wasn't it? Corey Rapido skipped along. He only ran 1:10 something. I think the Happy Bunch has got to be included, but I like Hidden Spirit too. Jenny's often mentioned recently that he's looking well and he's performed well, so he goes in for me off a good barrier. All right, one more to take a check on. That's Jimson the Famous, who's a potential query as far as the speed map is concerned. This is the win back in January. Yeah, you can see, look, he was sort of midfield, but he came into it as they cornered for home. Now, if it is wet, I think they'll try and roll forward. Whether he's capable or not, we'll have to wait and see. He might end up back where the speed map suggested, but he has had runs over the longer trip, which should enable him to find the line well, coming back to 1,200 metres. £10 off his back as well. He's a very interesting runner. Yeah, he's a 2-time winner as well, and he does like the surface. So. All right. Majestic Endeavour's favourite, Paul, but not for you. No, I've got Hidden Spirit, and actually I agree with Brett, what he was saying there before. He's been racing well recently, and his run 2 starts ago behind Corey Rapido I thought was very good. Adonis, he works well, always on the track, always catches your eye. The Happy Bunch we talked about. I'm going to throw in Fame and Fortune as well. The blinkers will come off him. Barrier 4, he should be forward. He should get a really nice run, and he's quite well bred for the surface, being by Street Boss. 9, 6, 10, 3. Same 4 numbers, slightly different order, but the same on top selection for me too. Hidden Spirit, I think he's close to a win, probably deserves one too. He's drawn well. Fame and Fortune getting the drop in grade. The Happy Bunch, Adonis. There are others you can consider. Star Superior, 1 for 1 in the class, as you mentioned before, Andrew. Obviously, Jimson the Famous coming back in trip with a claim. So there's a few for exotics, but 9, 3, 10, 6, the 4 I worked around. All right, we've all got the 3, 9 and 10. I've included Majestic Endeavour, though. I think he might go OK, but otherwise we're working around the same sort of numbers there in race number 3. 3 races down then. Next up for us is race number 4. It's the first leg of the triple trio. That comes up right after this.